What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the One Chance Gaming channel. Today we are going to be talking about my top 10 cards under 50k MT right now. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We do stream various, I'll stream Pro-Am, my team, etc. all on Twitch. Link will be down below to that. But this list, I'm going to warn you guys right now, it is a pretty mediocre list. It is not a list that the budget cards have been in the past, mainly because no cards have any SIGs. No cards have any SIGs. There's like 2 or 3 spots on the court. You can plug in pretty much anybody, and it works out just the same. Which there is a handful of those type of cards on this list, again, because under 50k is not great. A couple of things I will say, though. If you do go up to like 75, 80k per card, you can get cards like Caruso, Shane Battier, Dyson Daniels, Paul George, Khalil Ware, and Dr. J. With Super Packs now, Pink Diamond Dr. J is right around about 80k. So those cards, I think, are still pretty much all those cards, actually, besides maybe Paul George, just because he's a little outdated, would be ranked at the top of this list. Again, like I said, 50k is not great for a lot of cards. So cards I would recommend that you don't have to pay any MT for. You can go get Joakim Noah if you guys got the Opal cards. I believe it was only 5 Opals for him. And then he pairs with the Amethyst Corey Brewer, who's 10 Amethyst cards, which you guys can get pretty easy. And then those put together, they both go to Dark Matter. If you put Dark Matter badges on them, they do go to Legend. There's a list of those. You guys can find it on Twitter or any of the groups you're in. Or you guys can just ask me on TikTok if you guys are on TikTok, and I can do a separate video on that. But other than that, let's go ahead and get into it. So we're going to go from the bottom to the top here. And the bottom, again, horrible list. Diamond Bruce Bowen. The reason Diamond Bruce Bowen makes this list is he's a fairly new card, so his badges are up to date. The other thing is he can play shooting guard. There's a big issue right now with having cards that can actually play shooting guard, right? You have a lot of the defenders like Bruce Bowen, Paul George, stuff like that. They all can play shooting guard, but they're not scorers. Ideally, as of right now, your shooting guard should be your primary scorer. Ignore the lineup that I use because A, it's not 50k, and B, doesn't have a scorer in it because I just refuse to get shot over at this point. So ignore everything I do. But has a good jump shot, plays really good defense, has good interior, which is important at this point in time, good board. All in all, he is a pretty solid card, even though he is a diamond and he's extraordinarily cheap because he's a diamond. And with super packs, I mean, you can get him for sub, I would say probably 5k. So 94 3-ball, 85 driving dunk, and then defensively you have 96 steal, 97 perimeter, and 85 interior. Wish the interior was a little bit higher, but again, a card that's under 7k MT, I think it's a steal for you guys that are just starting to build teams. We also will start to bring back building supporters teams. So if you guys are on Twitch, if you guys are on YouTube, if you guys are on TikTok, you can either send it to my Twitter, you can @ me on TikTok with your lineups, all that sort of stuff. We will start to get back into that. As I know guys are starting to get a little bit more MT that we had the most recent event and stuff like that. I know you guys are kind of getting back into the groove, back into playing the game, and there's some actual somewhat budget cards out there that you guys can use. Next card we're going to use. Again, not a groundbreaker by any means, but if you guys did like the Diamond, this is a slightly better version. And the Pink Diamond Boris Diaw, again, same size as Bruce Bowen. 6'8", a little undersized for your small forward right now, but just all around good stats, right? 92 3-ball, 85 driving, and then 90, 90, 90 for all of your defensive stats. Has a little bit of rebound, some speed, and then comes with some pretty good badges. You've got Limitless, you've got, I think this one has a couple extra badges because I don't remember him having a lot. Oh, he does have 11. But not any remarkable defensive badges by any means, but still solid badges. Set shot specialist is a good one. Will really help you guys time your shots and all of that. But again, small forward, really kind of a position you could throw almost anybody at, right? There's be a handful of guys on this list. Just throw them into that spot. You'll be A-okay. Next guy we're going to have is another defensive 2 guard because, again, this list is a struggle bus right now. But Pink Diamond Michael Cooper. A little undersized at 6'5" at this point in the year, but is, or 6'7" actually. I forgot they updated his height. But he is a really cheap card. You guys can get him. He is literally the epitome of 3-and-D. So 93 3-ball, 95 driving dunk. Not going to be handling the ball for you ever. But defensively, 98 steal, 98 perimeter, 84 interior. Again, not great, but for how cheap this card is, he's a plug-and-play guy. There will be another 3-and-D guy that's a little bit higher than him that I personally prefer. But again, for you guys starting your teams, very capable card, smooth jump shot, easy to time, all in all, a pretty consistent card. The next guy is going to be another shooting guard, but this one can kind of get you a bucket. And this is for you guys that are struggling currently with not having any ball handlers. So I don't recommend running Doug Christie as your only ball handler, but he can be a decent co-ball handler, if you will. So if you have a point guard like maybe a Dyson Daniels or somebody like that, Doug Christie plugs and plays really well. He's extremely cheap, has a good fade, 91 3-ball, 85 driving, and then can hold his own defensively is really a big thing. He has almost 90 interior, which is huge, good speed, good badges, all around a solid card for extremely cheap. It'll probably be, especially depending on how your guys' teams look, if you're fairly new to the game, it's going to be one of the first cards I recommend you because he can create a little bit of your offense for you. Next card above him is a 3-and-D guy, but this one is personally one of my favorites on the game as far as the cheap cards go. And that is Bilal Coulibaly. So this card was in my lineup for a solid minute. Why? Because he is 6'8" at your shooting guard. He has basically everything you want out of 3-and-D, right? 91 3-ball. He has 90 driving dunk. And then you go 96, 92, and 88 interior. 88 interior is, I'm not going to say game-changing compared to 84, but it is definitely a step up, right? So the guys that are lower on the list, you see like 84, 82. Granted, you're still going to get shot over by Wemby, is what it is in the paint, right? It's just how the game works. But 88 interior, you still do get more of the bump animations. You get more paint stops. And Coulibaly snags pretty decent rebounds. I'm not going to lie to you. And his jump shot's extremely smooth, extremely consistent. He played my shooting guard for a long time because he was cheap. He was effective. And then as I started to get more unsellable cards, he just slowly moved out of the lineup. I had him badged up and everything. This card was elite for me. But yeah, that is going to be the next guy on the list. Next guy on the list comes from the same drop here. He is the only big on the list because center is just a really hard position to find budget guys at. That's going to be Alex Sarr. Alex Sarr, as far as the budget centers, is probably third, fourth on the list. But Khalil Ware is definitely above him, but Khalil Ware is above 50K. So out of the 50K and under centers, Alex Sarr is your best bet. He's solid. He has height. He looks extremely tall in game. 7'1", has really good frame. 87 3-ball, so you're going to be able to shoot. And then has really good defensive stats. He has mid-80s for his perimeter. Not end-all, be-all, but again, if you're running him at your power forward position maybe, even if you're running him at some center, I wouldn't recommend running him at center. He's primarily a power forward. Jump shot smooth. Just, again, solid card all the way around. And you're not expecting your power forward to do too much, right? You want him to hit opens. You want him to be able to grab a rebound when he's down there. And you want him to be tall. Alex Sarr fits all of that. And again, extremely cheap card, under 30K, really good deal. The next card we are going to start moving into some opals. We do have one more pink diamond on this list, but we are going to move into a couple of opals. So at number 4, I never thought I'd say this name in my life, okay? I'm not going to lie to you guys. Carlos Boozer. You don't know why? Because he can play your small forward. He doesn't have to play power forward. At 6'9", 88 3-ball, not the best, but it's doable, right? Again, he's playing your small forward. He's going to shoot the ball probably 3 times a game. Let's be honest here. 90 driving dunk, and then very solid all-around defensive stats. He has good perimeter. He has excellent interior. He has max rebound. On this game, you win or lose the game by do you get more rebounds? Do you get more second chance points? Do you get a fluke board when nobody's expecting it? When, say you're setting the screen with Boozer, right? You get a point guard switched onto him. You shoot a shot. You happen to miss. He's going to grab the board more times than not. All around, solid card, good jumper. Just a really solid card with half rebounder. Again, you guys want as many cards as possible with as much board as possible because of just how this game is right now. You're going to shoot questionable shots. You're going to have to relearn how to shoot, what's open, what's not, what's a good shot versus what's a bad shot. And Carlos Boozer, he gets you a couple of flukes. I'll be honest. He gets you a couple of fluke boards. That's really what you're looking for at this point. Along those same lines, we have the man with the plan here. He is a small forward. Would definitely recommend running him at small forward. And that is going to be Pink Diamond Jonathan Bender. So the reason you are running Jonathan Bender is for that height right there. You guys see that? It says 7 foot. And he plays small forward. That is why you are running this card. Okay? He is 86 3 ball. Again, not great. Not above. Again, all these stats to me, mid. Correct? Right? Everybody sees mid to high 80s. Nothing above a 90. Mid. However, he's a 7-footer. And he gets good boards. He shoots wide open. He can get a contest sometimes. That is why you run this card, right? As I know, a lot of people don't love to build teams a certain way, right? A lot of you guys want to try the off meta, try to be different. Unfortunately for this year, until we get cards with real SIGs, and until we get a shooting, I don't even know what to call it, revamp at this point. If you guys haven't seen the heavies that have been chucked lately, and the tights and the smothereds and the consistent strongs that go in now, everybody just shoots a 3, right? That's the entire thing. He's at least going to be able to put some kind of a hand in. Because he's 7 foot. That's it. That's the entire reason he's on the list. He's 7 foot and he's okay. Decent jumper. He's okay. The second guy on this list, and the reason he is on this list is because he can kind of get you a bucket, right? Kind of, sort of. If you play somebody that's fantastic at the game, probably not going to get you a bucket. If you play somebody that's okay at the game, should be able to get you a bucket. So 6'7" at your 2. Good jumper. 94 3 ball. 98 dunk. Not going to get abused defensively, right? We have 92 perimeter, 92 steal, 86 interior. Decent badges. He has a good jumper. That is the reason he is here, right? There's, as you guys can see, I've gone through this top 10 list. We're at number 2 right now. I'll give you a secret. The number 1 guy is not a shooting guard. And this is the second guy on here that's been able to, quote-unquote, go get you a bucket. Another guy I would recommend if you guys are looking for some sort of... Oh, he's not going to be in here. Hold on. If you guys are looking for people that can actually go score the ball, it's going to be this man right here. Okay? Couple of Amethyst cards in the My Team Festival. Sure, he's only 6'3". He's not going to play a lot of defense. I'm going to be honest with you. He plays okay defense. He'll play a lane every now and again, but he's going to short on most of the lanes he's in. He has a good jumper. That's really about it. He has a good jumper and can dribble a little bit. That's really all he's there for, I'm going to be honest with you. So, AC Law, a good card if you guys are actually wanting to go shoot a 3, right? Now, for the last card on this list, this would be probably one of my favorite cards in the game if he could play my 2. I really thought because he is 6'7", insert the edit, that he would be able to play my shooting guard. No, he is still a power forward, small forward. The card came out in March, so we'll give him the credit of in March. This man is still only able to play my 3. Good jumper, 93 ball, 95 driving dunk, elite offensively. Look at that, 94, 98, 97, 97. Good rebounder, good speed, good badge-wise, right? Like, no complaints badge-wise. Has Hoff Paint Patroller, can play some defense, has offset shot, good jumper. That card would be probably my starting 2 card. I would move Corey Brewer and Joakim Noah to the bench, and he would be my starter. Always played Gerald Wallace cards. If you guys have been around the channel for a while, you know him, Caruso, Jonathan Isaac, those sort of guys are always on my team. He doesn't make the team right now because I have Jonathan Isaac, who I will probably be selling before the season ends, and I have Giannis. Giannis isn't going anywhere. So why would I downgrade to a 6'7" guy when I could just go get like Shane Battier, who's already 6'8" and can play my 2? Why would I go get him? So while he is the best card under 50K, he would be a million times better if he could play a different position. But that's going to be my top 10 list under 50K. If you guys have any questions, comments, any other video ideas, let me know down below in the comments. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.